All right. In Schoology, in the completed notes folder and the video folder, you are going to find this video. In the video folder, because it's not a unit, it's like kind of at the top. It says end of semester reviews, I think. Let me look real quick. Yeah, end of semester review videos, and I'll also post one next week for your final. And then in the completed notes folder, I'm just going to have it kind of on the, like, at the bottom. It's not going to be in a folder. It's going to be right at the bottom, a PDF of this review. Okay? So just letting you know that. So, number 1. Does anybody remember the rule for reflecting over y equals x? Switch them. It's yx. On your test, you're going to be asked to find one letter. Y'all, reading is so important. Please take your time and read what I'm asking for. I would hate for you to find the wrong letter. All right? So let's say it's B is that letter. What point is B at? B is at 6, 4. So if I flip them, what's my answer? And that's what you're doing tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow's test is 20 questions. I have not seen it because it's a district test. However, usually they repeat some of the questions from previous years with different numbers. I've seen the previous year's questions. Every single one of them is on this review sheet. Okay? So you should not get any surprises tomorrow. Again, look at the key for the rest of the answers. Letter B, I'm going to do all of. So letter B says rotate 180 counterclockwise. What was the rule for that? Negative x, negative y. And then it says translate up 5 units. So where is A at? A is at 3, 0. If I negative x, negative y that, where am I at now? Negative 3, 0. But that's not my answer because what do I got to do? Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where do I end up at? Negative 3, 5. And that is how you do this. For B, where is B at? 7, negative 1. So if I negative x, negative y that, negative 7, positive 1. And then go up 5, where do you end up at? Negative 7, 6. Because I was at negative 7, positive 1, go up 5, you end up at 6. C is at 8, 4. Make both of them negative. And then add 5. Where do I end up at? Negative 8, 1. And then D is at 4, 5. So if I make both of them negative and then go up 5, I end up at negative 4, 0. So this is negative x, negative y. This is y plus 5. Do I have any questions? How do I do the hand thingy? This is all you need to know. Don't worry about it. He's talking about when we did x, y, and negative x, negative y, and then we flipped it, and then we flipped it again. Yeah. This one, and that one. I think. All right. See, I'm not going to really go over this too much, just that please make sure you know the ones with the primes, that's your new. The ones without are your old. Is this getting bigger or smaller? Smaller. So automatically you should be able to eliminate the ones that get bigger because that'll make sense. Okay? All right. What do we get for that one? B? Okay. All right. Moving on over. Our next section says, number 2, determine if the following sides can make a triangle. This was from last semester. Does anybody remember how to know if it makes a triangle?
All the sides, or if 2 sides together are bigger than the one side.
If 2 of the smaller sides are bigger than the biggest, I would box the biggest side. And I'm actually going to do 2 and 3 together. So box the biggest sides on number 2 and number 3. Okay. Are these two sides right here, 3 and 7, bigger than my biggest side of 8? Yes, this is a triangle. Are these two sides, 3 and 6, bigger than my biggest side of 10? No, this is not a triangle. Does that make sense? Now, just for the sake of practicing, how do I figure out what kind of triangle it is?
See, like, if it's greater than less than or equal to.
You're going to do your c squared, your biggest number squared. What's 8 squared? 8 squared. Okay, and then you're going to do your other 2 squared. What is 3 squared plus 7 squared? 49 plus 9 is 58. Do y'all agree? How does 64 compare to 58?
Bigger.
It is bigger, and since it's bigger, what does that mean? Obtuse. That is how you do these. So, you are going to take the bigger number, square it. Then you're going to take the squared of the 2 smaller. 12 squared plus 17 squared. 6 squared plus 8 squared. 5 squared plus 12 squared. Put those in the calculator. And I've already done this twice today, so I think these are right, but you might want to check me. And then compare. How does 400 compare to 433? It's smaller, so that means this is an acute. How does 100 compare to 100? Equal, so it's a right. And then how does 225 compare to 169? It is larger, so it's an obtuse. Did I tell you how many questions are tomorrow? 20 questions. Did I tell you how many are multiple choice? I think 16. 16 are multiple choice. 4 of them are going to be open-ended. Okay? Correct. No. B is a triple. B is a 3, 4, 5 times 2. C is a triple right here. This one right here is a triple. 5. Yeah. All right, number 6. I want everybody to know, hold on real quick, you are actually getting a couple things on this test. You do not have to buy a formula chart tomorrow. You will automatically get a formula chart. So you are not having to buy one, you automatically get one. One more. Y'all can share these. Okay. Yes. I'll kind of share them in between your desks. But you are getting this formula chart tomorrow. You are also going to get Desmos on the entire test tomorrow. I do want to warn you, when you're in test mode, your Desmos defaults to whatever it was at. So most of your Desmos and test modes are already in degrees. Tomorrow it will not be. Please make sure when you walk in and you log in, you put Desmos into degrees. Okay? Now, we've never really looked at these because I've never given them to you, right? So let's quickly look at what is given to you on a formula chart. At the top is mostly last semester. Distance formula midpoint. You aren't going to use this at all. Is everybody on this side? Okay? Don't be on the area side, on this side. Right triangles is a big unit. I'm giving you Pythagorean theorem. Imagine if you can't remember it. I'm giving you the trig ratios, SOHCAHTOA, in case you forget what things are. And I'm even giving you the 30, 60, 90, and 45, 45, 90 rules. What's across from the 30? X. What's across from the 60? What's across from the 90? and then x squared root of 2. Please don't miss these tomorrow. You have a guide if you need it. Yes. That's a good question. I think so. I need to ask. Correct. All of this is in your notebook. Right. But I think you might get it on the final. I'll ask. So right here, what type of problem is A? 45, 45. Are we good with that one?
Yes.
Okay. What type of problem is B? It's a trig problem. Do we have 65, one of our special angles? So we have to do SOHCAHTOA. So what is my 2 right here?
The opposite.
What is A? The hypotenuse. So what am I going to use with opposite and hypotenuse? So the sine of 65 is your opposite over your hypotenuse. And what do I do next? Switch them. So A is going to equal 2 over sine of 65. And then again, what do you do before you type this in the calculator?
Degree mode?
A equals degree mode. Please be in degree mode. Okay? To find B, you can't actually find all of B. You have to first find this right here. What is that section right there? That's just the adjacent. So what do I have if I have the adjacent and the opposite? No, we're not. Don't use this A as your hypotenuse. Do opposite and adjacent. Tangent. Like you could use this because you stored A. Like realistically, you could use cosine. But I just don't like y'all to use it if you don't have to. Tan of 65 equals opposite over adjacent. How do I get the adjacent by itself? Your adjacent side is 2 over the tan of 65. Why did I not set it equal to B?
Because B's like the entire thing.
B is the whole thing. How would I find the whole thing? I would multiply it by 2. Because this is isosceles, that is the midpoint. So you can multiply it by 2. Last but not least, how do I solve for C and D? Well, what do I know about this rectangle? The two sides are equal, I heard somebody say. And there's 2 30, 60. I can add a 90 triangle right there. And then can I just do my chart? Yeah. Sure. What do I have? The 30 is 24. Across from the 30 is 24. So what's across from the 60 going to be? 24 root 3. And what's across from the 90 going to be? Times 2. So which letter is 48? D is 48. And what letter? And what's C? Your 30, 60, 90 rules. Okay, are we okay with those? Are we feeling decent about the test so far? I want everybody to get an A or a B. You get a formula chart on the whole thing. You get Desmos on the whole thing. And y'all, on level is taking the exact same test as you. You can do this. All right, next question. Find each interior angle and each exterior angle of the following polygons. I'm going to focus on this right here. Each exterior angle, EE. What does that mean? How do I do that? Does anybody remember the formula?
N divided by 360. 360 divided by N.
To find EE, you do 360 divided by N. What is N stand for? Number of sides. So what is 360 divided by how many sides does this have? 18. That's it. That's it. Now, EI. Y'all, If I have an exterior angle that's 20 degrees, how can I find this interior angle? So what's 180 minus 20? So EI is 160. Okay. What about EE over here for a 32 sided figure? 360 divided by 32. Did y'all get a decimal?
Yes.
11.25 degrees. These are degrees because they're angles. So if my angle is 11.25 degrees outside, how do I find the inside one?
Subtract it from 180.
So what is 180 minus 11.25?
168.25.
What questions do I have about this? Is this ringing a bell? Yes, no, we did this the day after spring break. So if you weren't here or you like mentally weren't here, you probably were like, I don't know what's happening. I need you to memorize this because this is not on your formula chart. 360 divided by the number of sides. When would I use this? For each exterior angle. On the booklet, we're going to do a booklet. It's going to have some extra questions on it that are not on your test. They're going to be on your final in 2 weeks. But they're also going to ask for SI, the sum of the interior. Does anybody remember the formula for sum of the interior?
In parentheses.
N minus 2. Yep. 180 times n minus 2. You're going to want to use that for the booklet we do in just a minute. Yes? It does matter. It says regular right here. On that one, it doesn't. You're right. It should be a regular 32 side. Because otherwise, this would not work. You're right. You can't. Yeah, you can't. All right. How do you find WV here if CD is the mid-segment? Does anybody remember the formula?
You can either double CD and then like minus 60, or you can find the related change.
Do y'all remember the top plus the bottom divided by 2? The top plus the bottom divided by 2 is how you find that middle one. But I gave y'all a trick. How would I find the bottom one if I know the middle? You could multiply by 2 and then subtract, or what could you do? How do you get from 60 to 41? So what am I going to do from 41 to there? If it's the mid-segment, it's in the middle. It needs to be the same on both. So what's 41 minus 19? 22. WV equals 22. What questions do I have? Are we okay? All right. Can I change it? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. This is 45 questions on your 45 points on your test. Okay. All right. Turn it over. This question right here. Y'all, what shape is this? What do we know about a rhombus?
The lines that cut each other.
We know all the sides are equal. What else do we know?
The diagonal bisect each other.
And they are
90 degrees.
perpendicular. So the answer here was D. I know a lot of y'all are like, oh, those two are equal, but none of the equations show that. So just be careful. Y'all, what shape is this? Bam, we're done. That's it. That's it. It's a kite. All right, I think this one's probably one of the most difficult ones. My advice to you is going to be to draw a picture and try to figure it out. And I know that's not always the easiest thing. So it tells you quadrilateral ABCD. So do I know if this is a rectangle? No. I know I'm drawing it, but I don't know what it is. It tells me A is congruent to B, so I'm going to do arches on A and B. And it tells me C is congruent to D, so I'm going to do 2 arches on those. Well, what are my options here that it could be? Could this be a parallelogram? No. Remember, one of the rules of parallelograms is that your opposite angles have to be the same. Okay? Could it be a kite? Are the two next to each other on a kite the same? It is a trapezoid. Now, it's not just any trapezoid, because all trapezoids don't necessarily share. It is, y'all, if I made this go out a little more and out a little more, would this make more sense that this angle is congruent to that angle? And that angle is congruent to that. If it's an isosceles, isosceles trapezoid. This is definitely going to be a multiple choice question. You do not have to come up with that on your own. The next one. By the way, make sure your letters go in order, alphabetical order, A, B, C, D. Don't go A, B, diagonal C. Don't do that. It needs to be A, B, C, D. They need to go around. This one says A and C are equal and B and D are equal. It could be a parallelogram. Quadrilateral, all of them are quadrilateral because it's four sides. Yeah. Somebody said, could it be a rhombus? Technically, this is true for a rhombus, but do I know if all the sides are the same? So I can't assume. So I would just stick with parallelogram. Yeah. And the same thing for a square, or not a square or a rectangle. For a rectangle, all of them are 90. So those would be the same. It's not going to be a rectangle. Any questions on that? All right. These real quick. What is it asking for in A? Length. What's it asking for in B? Okay, I need everybody to go back to your formula chart. There's this beautiful section on your formula chart titled circles. And guess what I'm giving you? The formulas. Now, look up at me, please. Look up at me. No, don't look at me. Look at the board. They give you two different formulas because some schools teach one way, some schools teach another way. Looking at these, do you know which formula I taught you? I taught you this one. We did not use theta. We used the letter M, but it's the same formula. So, and make sure you're paying attention. You see how this says arc length and this says sector area? Make sure you're paying attention to which one. So for A, which one are we using? Arc length. Length is theta, over 360. Oh my goodness, what am I doing with my life? Theta over 360, ignore the equal sign, times, what is it? 2 pi r. Theta over 360 times 2 pi r. What does this theta symbol mean? That means the angle. What is my angle given to me in this problem? So 90 over 360 times 2 pi, what's the radius here? 6. And put that in the calculator. I'm not going to do it, but you could do that. Okay. Area of a shaded region, same concept, but which formula are you going to use? Don't use the regular area formula. Use sector area because it's the shaded. So what is that going to be? Theta over 360 times pi r squared. What's my theta this time? 240. It can be the bigger shaded area. You're doing the shaded area, so you're doing that. Pi, what's my r this time?
4.
And put that in the calculator and it'll give you an answer. Does this make sense? Are we okay? Yeah. I use the second one for both. I use this one and this one. Oh, because that's how we taught you. We taught you that formula. You could set it up as a proportion, but then you'd have to cross multiply. Oh, because it wants the area of the shaded region. This area is area of the whole circle. This area is area of a slice. Does that make sense? Okay. Good question. All right. Can I move on? All right. Oh, these should be pretty easy. Honestly, if I were to guess, I would bet these are going to be open-ended right here. Right? Doesn't that make sense, kind of, though? It's just a number. So if I have this inscribed angle, how do I find the central angle? What do I do for this to this? Multiply by 2. 2 times 42.5 is 85 degrees. And if my arc is 85 degrees, what's my angle? 85 degrees. Do y'all see how that's probably going to be open-ended? Okay. What about this one right here? What if I know the arc is 98? How do I find the angle? And what is 98 divided by 2? Okay. All right. Number 11. Besides number 8, number 11 is one of the most missed questions. And it's because I taught you this one day for half a class period. Okay? What is the equation of a circle? It's okay if you don't remember. It's right here at the bottom. Okay? You have this. I'm giving it to you. It is all that. And great, I'm giving it to you, but if you don't know what any of this means, does that help you? No. Okay? So, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. I'm actually teaching this to pre-cal tomorrow. Reteaching it. They're relearning it because they did learn it with like y'all did. But what do I know? What do I need to know about a circle? I need to know the radius is, and I need to know the center. What's the center here? 0, 3. Those are my h and k's. Or that is my h, that's my k. So I'm going to make it x minus 0 squared plus y. It has a minus. You always do the opposite in the formula. And this is not going to equal 3. What is it going to equal? 9, because it's 3 squared. And that's it. That's your answer. Don't do anything else. Could you make this just x squared? Yes. Do you have to? No. What about b? Where is my center at b? 2, negative 3. And what's my radius? 6. So what's this going to be? X minus 2 squared. Y. If it's negative, you're going to turn it into a positive. And what's this going to equal? Not 6. 36. And that's my answer. Xavier, you with me over there? Almost done. Are y'all okay with this? Does it help that you're getting like half these formulas? Again, should we be okay tomorrow? I'm hoping so. Find the area of the shaded region. This is asking for area. How do we find the area of a shaded region?
Minus it by a circle.
Area of the
Square.
minus area of, what is this? It's like 4 parts of one circle. Do y'all agree?
Yeah.
Like, look, if I were to make this an entire circle, do y'all agree that's just 1/4 of the circle? And since I have 4 of them, don't you agree it makes one circle? Does that make sense? That's a little weird, but the formula for area of a square, the formula for area of a circle, what is each side? What is the radius? So do you agree that part right there is my radius? And that part right there would be 10. I'm going to guess this is going to be multiple choice. I can't imagine them having you write this out. I would have you write this out, definitely. But remember, on level's taking the same test as you. A new rectangle is formed. Y'all, don't get this wrong tomorrow. It is that easy. A new rectangle is formed by multiplying the length of an old rectangle by 6 and doubling its width. How many times bigger is it? What is it telling us to do here? Multiply what? 6 and what's doubling mean? So if you're multiplying one side by 6 and one times by 2, how many times bigger is it? 12 times bigger. I could see them making this open-ended, right? Just having you write the number 12. All right, last one. We just did this. It says calculate the difference. What does difference mean? Subtract. Of the surface areas of the two spheres. And do you agree one sphere is big and one sphere is small? Be careful. They're trying to trick you. What did they give you here? The diameter. They're hoping you're not paying attention to that word. If the diameter of the larger sphere is 10, what does that mean? The radius is. And the diameter of the smaller sphere is 7, what is this radius? 3.5. And what is the formula for surface area of a sphere? Y'all, if you don't remember, guess what? It's on your formula chart. You love these? Put that in your calculator and it should give you an answer. All right? Yes.
Is the TEKS test going to be anything like the final?
The TEKS test, in my opinion, will be easier than the final, I think. Just because it's less questions. But I don't think the final is necessarily going to be super difficult. The final will be the final is going to be all multiple choice because I got to grade it quick. So your final will be correct. All right. Okay, if you can please put this away, study this tonight, look at your formulas. What's the only formula or two things you need to know that you're not going to have a formula chart? This right here and this right here. Okay? All right, everybody get out your computers. We're going to play a Look It now. Look It in.